This is John Paul Ryan. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Got this article here. It's essentially about Game of Thrones and Jon Snow, but it's also about what Kit Harrington, who plays Jon Snow, thinks of Jon Snow. And unfortunately, for some people, he didn't like Jon Snow so much. And the reason was he thought Jon Snow wasn't emotional enough, and he says that in so many ways. Now, he doesn't name drop Jon Snow, but there's one specific line here where we know who he's talking about. And, the thing is this. I have a great argument as to why Jon Snow was very emotional. We'll get into that. It's called, The Eternals actor Kit Harrington claims his childhood was gender fluid, says emotionally men have a problem. So right there, that's tricky, man. To just throw down like such a blanket of a statement like that, like men have a problem. First of all, what country is he talking about? Because there's different cultures and, variants like that. But okay, let's just assume he's in the US. Maybe he means the West at least. Probably he's not like speaking all for Asia, because he can't anyway. Game of Thrones star and the upcoming Black Knight actor in the Eternals, Kit Harrington, recently opened up about his childhood and the types of roles he no longer wishes to play in television and film. And it's not like he was in like 25 roles throughout his career. I think he did like some like Gladiator movie, something like that. And, he was Jon Snow. And aside from that, I'm struggling. So he's basically known for Jon Snow at the moment. Speaking with The Telegraph, Harrington discussed his childhood and how his mom inspired him to be an actor, as well as claiming that she raised him as gender fluid. Harrington explained, "I idolized my mom. I followed her around the house. It was because of her that I wanted to be an actor. She used to take us to the theater at least twice a week." The Eternals actor continued, "I asked for a Mighty Max and she bought me a Polly Pocket. I asked for an Action Man and I got a doll. It was very gender fluid from the word go and I went with it." So basically all kids follow their parents around the house. I've got kids, they follow me, or they follow my wife. That's basically it. That's what they do. They follow people around the house. Harrington would then claim that emotionally men have a problem. He then went on to detail that he no longer wants to play characters that are silent, heroic types. He stated, "Having portrayed a man who was silent, who was heroic, I feel going forward, that is a role I don't want to play anymore." So he didn't literally say Jon Snow, but, pretty much we could tell. Harrington then claimed that the world shouldn't see roles like that anymore. It is not a masculine role that the world needs to see much more of. Huh? What the fuck? So, the world shouldn't see heroic men? Why? Why should I, for example, tell my kids they shouldn't see heroic men? The silent type. The strong silent type. What's wrong with being silent? Most of the time, people end up talking too much, honestly. I mean, there's only so many, really important things to say that get to the heart of the matter. And Jon Snow was actually a very emotional character. He was very sensitive, and he seemed to care about the people around him. So one of the golden rules in writing is show, don't tell. And that's what Jon Snow did. He was only with 2 women, okay? The first woman was complicated because she was on the enemy side. Ultimately, it ended probably mostly because of that. But it didn't seem like when, they were falling for each other, he had plans to screw her over or do anything terrible. It's not like he was using her for sex. It seemed like he was into her for who she was. He also seemed to have, love for his father, and he seemed to care about his siblings, so he actually showed you that he was the sensitive type. You don't need him to go around and blurt out his feelings. He was very emotional towards his little sister Arya. He gives her a gift. He always hugs her. It's not like he's standing there "Hey Arya, what's up?" And then, she's like, "Hi John." He's keeping his distance. He's being manly. He hugs her. He's very emotional towards her. It's just so obvious that he is emotional. And I think Kit's just thinking on a very surface level here. And, well, he's being an idiot. Let's see what else we got. "I feel emotionally men have a problem, a blockage, and that blockage has come from the Second World War passed down from grandfather to father to son," he stated. I guess that's me. My grandfather was World War II generation, passed down to my father, so, oh man, thanks Kit. Thanks for letting me know I've got an emotional problem. In other news, Kit Harrington questions why Marvel hasn't featured gay actors. The facts tell a different story, probably meaning they have. Wrong again, Kit. Harrington explained we do not speak about how we feel because it shows weakness, because it is not masculine. Well, maybe I don't always speak about how I feel because I want to think about it before I tell somebody how I feel, in case I make a mistake, in case it's not how I feel. Maybe I want to wait for the right time instead of blurting everything out all the time. And when the time comes, I do tell people. But I'll choose when that time is. And if I choose that time wisely and sparingly, it doesn't mean I have an emotional problem. But I guess Kit's mom taught him well. And here's the thing. The character he's going to play in the Eternal is apparently in the comics worse than Jon Snow with, speaking his emotions. And it says he's addicted to his sword. Even his own bodyguard describes him as a man addicted to his sword, a man who talks to imaginary ghosts, to put it bluntly, a man who may or may not be completely insane, but a coward he most certainly is not. So obviously the speculation that because this character's like this, and because, Kid is coming out and saying this stuff, they're going to change the character, which they've been doing. They've been making masculine characters losers, and they can't do anything right, and, they get beat by everyone. So we're thinking that probably this is not going to be the cool character we got in the comics, who's silent, kick-ass, decapitates kings. He's just going to be, well, I don't know, maybe a woman, but probably different. So we shall see. Because, why would Kit Harrington say he doesn't want to play a character like Jon Snow to move on to a major motion picture to play a character worse than Jon Snow according to his own standards? Anyway, you guys let me know what you think down below. I'm usually doing Meghan Markle, Amber Heard, stuff like that, but I do Marvel, Star Wars. It's kind of the roots of this channel, and when I see something interesting like this, I like to cover it. If you subscribe here, you'll get more videos like this, some articles, some Photoshop, and some other random stuff. If you don't subscribe, I'll be pretty sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.